Today is Saturday. The time here is 10:13 in the evening. This is my online store. When I have off private conference, I'm immediately come on live so that I could share it with the potential buyer in the future. Those brokers and buyers watching my video, this is for you. Now I just having a conference, buyers looking for gold. And thank you, Alexandra. Thank you for watching. Buyers and brokers searching for supply, and they come to Wilhelmina. And they search through YouTube, and they found Wilhelmina because Wilhelmina is the only person who put everything online, and I put my face. So I am the extension, the digital office of the seller in Africa. I live in Australia. I am the marketing consultant. I am the one handling sales and marketing. And I am the one will accept your order. So you've been searching for many months, years, and you've been burned out because gold is not for credit. You're asking for CIF. Now, Mr. Buyer or broker, whoever you are, if you're dealing with your buyer, make sure you understand your job. Because when you bring the buyer to me on conference on WhatsApp, my question is really very simple. So, Wilhelmina is everywhere. Whether you find me on YouTube, on Facebook, I put everything, the full corporate offer, and also the diamond video, the requirements on how you're going to secure the diamond. So I don't need to teach you guys. If you're a broker, you read because your buyer is paying you. So Mr. Buyer, you don't need a broker really, to be honest with you, because I put everything online. So what you have to do, you read it, take time, comprehend properly. And I'm telling you, I can guarantee you, you are a winner. You don't need to deal with the chain of joker broker. Because chain of joker broker, they come to me. They landed it to Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina, I have a buyer. And what is the procedure? The procedure is in front of you. Very extensively, I expand it so that you, Mr. Buyer, fully understood. You are a small trader, buy and sell and get the profit. You get the profit. But if you're dealing with joker broker, you are expecting to pay that particular broker because he is outsourcing in your behalf, because you're lazy to do the searching and you're lazy to read. So you're just dealing with so many chain of broker, and then the chain of broker come to Wilhelmina. Still, you don't get, because I'm going to tell you, how did you find Wilhelmina in the beginning? This is my online office, okay? I just finished having a conference since this morning until tonight. That's why I pop in order for you to share, Mr. Buyer. Now, Mr. Buyer, this is what you have to do. I know you are hungry of this precious item. Gold is a very unique asset. Gold is the world asset versus your paper money. So paper money and gold is just like husband and wife. You have the money, you have the paper, you courted, you're buying gold because gold has many uses. Either the gold can make into jewelry, necklace, or earrings, or bracelet, or wedding ring, or you can refine it into gold bullion 99.99, and there is a stamp, a rubber stamp. So I hope you understand, Mr. Buyer. Ashley, thank you for watching. Ashley is always following me, my live video. This is my online office. I'm telling, I'm sharing so that the future buyer would understand before you come to Wilhelmina. Now, Mr. Buyer, it's not easy to find a supply, really. It's not, if you don't have this. It is easy to find a supply when you have this. You know what is this? Money. We're talking about money here. So if you don't have the money, How are you going to function your business? Now let's talk about this gold and rough diamond. I rejected fake buyers, and I also rejected brokers. Why I rejected? When they come to Wilhelmina on conference, on WhatsApp, on Skype, my question is, how did you find Wilhelmina? Wilhelmina, I saw you on YouTube and on Facebook. Okay. What did you learn out of that? Oh, not really. I said, why not really? Therefore, if you come to Wilhelmina, therefore you are already aware what you are searching, because the full corporate offer is already in front of you. And why did you not read? Why did you not comprehend properly? And why did you not digest it properly? So then this buyer from United Kingdom, and he said to me, when he come for conference, I am the buyer. I said, really? Okay, how long you been searching for gold? Oh, there's so many cheater. I said, why so many cheater? And how did you been cheated? And you did not even buy yet. So how are you gonna be cheated? And I told these fake buyers, I think you choose the wrong words of cheated. You were not being cheated. You are cheating yourself, because if you are a certain buyer, if you're a real buyer, you will not be cheated because you have the money, you want to know, you want to buy. This is what I have said to this buyer. He's not a buyer, he's a joker broker. So during my conversation, and he said that we want to buy gold, my buyer, he said, I have plenty of buyer. I start to wonder. So I was listening to this gentleman from UK, and he said, I have plenty of buyer, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Dubai, and New York. Oh, really? So then it's a red flag to me, because a buyer would not say this. And then he said to me, we will buy gold and we will not pay any single cents. Oh, really? And why you say that? And you are buying money, and then why you wouldn't want to spend money if you have the money? So you are buying money to make money, so therefore you have to spend money. This is what I have said. So I was listening on his statement during my interview, because I'm going to interview you thoroughly. So he said to me, we want to buy 500 kilos, no upfront, let your seller pay the taxes and the shipping cost and deliver that in Hong Kong. So I said to him, congratulations, you've been rejected. You don't know what you're talking, and your buyer is using you, and you are just wasting my time. You did not read, and then you come to Wilhelmina, you didn't read the procedure. Go back to your buyer. Tell your buyer, if he doesn't have the money, stay away from gold, because gold is money. Now, Mr. Buyer, don't you know that the price of gold today is $56,000? Few days ago, the price was 54, 55. Today is 56. And if you don't have this, you wouldn't function your business. And you don't have any money to purchase. How are you able to function? You're a trader. You're going to leverage. It wouldn't work at all. I am rejecting you right and there. Now, there's another buyer as well on diamond. Okay? He likes the diamond. He was impressed. And he said, show me the video. I said, you already showed the video. That's why you come to Wilhelmina. So I've given him the video on fancy color. And I said to him, this fancy color, is this what you're looking for? Say yes. And he is asking me, how much is the carat per carat? And I told him, you don't introduce yourself properly. How could I tell you the price of the carat of the diamond, fancy color? So you have to introduce whether you're a buyer or not. So I'm very blunt to this buyer. Okay, and then he said, I have an appetite, but if you have an appetite, you should introduce yourself properly, because the appetite is already in front of you. So he failed. He wanted the fancy color to bring to New York, CIF. And I told him, you're bullshitting. I told him, you are just bullshitting. You've been floating around sitting down in your ass, and then you ask my seller to bring the diamond into New York. You never know, you might default the payment. You never know, you might run away. This is precious item we are talking about. This is very, very expensive item. You never know, you might hire the murderer to kill my seller. And you never know you're a criminal. And you never know you're a thief. You need to inspect the stone before you pay bank to bank. I told this gentleman, and I've given him the requirements on how to secure diamond. And I told him, take time to read, go back and read again. When you're ready, you come back to Wilhelmina. Reject. Another rejection. Mr. Buyer, if you're watching this video, to be honest with you, don't waste our time. That's the reason why I put everything. I am the only person who put the procedure so that you will not be burned out, so that you will understand. To me, you are not a buyer if you are asking CIF. If you're asking SBLC, to me, you are a joker. This gold and diamond is not for joke buyer. We are only dealing with the right buyer that have this, and we are only dealing the buyer when the buyer read the procedure. Mr. Buyer is really very clear. The procedure here, what necessary requirement that you need, it's in here. You need to place your order, Mr. Buyer. You need to put that into LOI, called Letter of Intent to Purchase. Most of the joker broker desanitize, and I'm gonna reject it. I have been rejected a lot of LOI. I have been rejected a lot of purchase order that is solicitation. May I educate you, Mr. Buyer and broker? You read the procedure, right? And if you have a buyer, when the buyer send you a letter of intent, do not sanitize. Do not remove, because I'm going to interview you and your buyer. Don't be scared. Do not be scared to be circumvent. Do not. If you are working for your buyer, you let your buyer sign in DA, your agreement with the buyer, so that you will be paid. Because we are not paying double commission. I don't need brokers. That's why Wilhelmina is here online. This is my online office. Mr. Buyer, my online office is really very clear. The procedure is here. I want you to take time to read, because you are important to us, and I don't want you to be duped. Because there's so many buyers has been duped dealing with so many chain of broker. What is the cause of brokers and buyers and seller fail? Because of the broker. The broker doesn't pay attention, and the broker have no idea. That is the reason why. Now, I rejected buyer from Dubai, and I give it to someone else to deal. And this gentleman here, I mentor him, and he come back to me. I said to him, why you come back to me? Madam, the buyer that you give it to me, he's asking his BLC and VGs. That's why I rejected him. You deal with him. So he's in Dubai. He's based in Dubai. He's Indian. And when he come to me, this Indian buyer, I rejected him right and there. So I told him, your term is not acceptable. We don't deal SBLC, standard letter of credit. We don't deal VGs. This is cash business. So he was dealing with the gentleman that I give the reject customer, and they failed because the bank of the seller would not deal VGs. I already informed this person that I told him, okay, you deal this Indian buyer. And now he was frustrated. Madam, you're right. I said, why I'm right? This Indian is a time waster. I told you, this Indian buyer has no money. He's using the gold to leverage it, and he's going to use wages in order for him to submit to his bank that he's going to borrow money, and the bank will not release the money, and the bank will verify that wages, because there's so many fake wages, and the buyer using Indian banks, and Indian banks, India has a red flag of gold laundering. So they failed. So this gentleman that I mentor him, he was frustrated. I told him, I told you that before. But I said, oh, my seller can do wages, and the financer, oh, well, good luck. So he failed. Okay? Now, I'm sure your people are watching me. I'm going to greet Christopher. Thank you for watching. Ashley, thank you for watching. I'm going to, okay, just bear with me. Okay. How many people are watching? Okay. Alexander, thank you for watching. Christopher and Amid Ashley, thank you for following me. And Uday, I don't know where you're coming from. Thank you for watching. This video is for you guys. If you have a buyer, well, Kara Motley, good morning to you and good evening here. Thank you for watching for my live video. Now you can ask question if you want, because I maybe Kara, you missed my explanation. This is my online store, and you know everybody is welcome, but you make sure that you are really serious buyer. Just like when you walk in to a store, a jewelry store, there's a lot of display, right? And you like the stone, you like the ring, you like the bracelet, you like the earrings. You're gonna ask how much is this price. So if you like the stone, the jewelry that you're buying, of course you need to have cash, or you're gonna use your Visa card, because this time we are now paperless. So if you have a Visa card, so make sure that your Visa card has an available credit, so that when you buy using your Visa card, then it will be approved, right? Now I'm going back to this buying, exporting. You are buying gold to export to you. We are exporting to you. So my question to you, because you come to Wilhelmina on my online store, I have to interview you, right? My interview is very simple and plain English. You already watched this full corporate offer. The price of gold today is 56,000. So there is a prediction that the gold will turn to 5,000 per ounce. There is a link on the video on YouTube. I've been watching because I'm a current event person. I watch the movement of gold every 30 minutes. Because I need to share it to the buyer and the seller. I need to inform my head office the movement of the price of gold. Today, the price of gold is $56,000 per kilo. So if you don't have $56,000, how could you perform your business? Okay, Operation Manager, Kara. Operation Manager for Landis and True Trust Financial Institution. We assist management. Okay, that's good. Kara, we are selling gold and diamond. So if you're a customer wanting to buy gold, so you're watching Wilhelmina and also read the full corporate offer. So if you're handling your customer, because you are handling your customer and you come to us to purchase gold or diamond, we have the gold. This is FOB. This is not letter of credit. This is not LC. This is not CIF. This is cash, bank to bank, FOB. So I put that Kara on my online store here in front. Take time to read. Then you come back when you have the buyer, and you ask your buyer charges. Yeah, because we don't pay double commission. We don't. We give the buyer a discount in order for the buyer to get the profit. That is why we are now on social media. I'm the one who created this. This is my office. This is my online. I am the extension digital virtual office on behalf of the seller, Mali, Conakry, and Sierra Leone. I will be the one which seller I'm going to put you after you understand the procedure, because every seller have an allocation. So the gold is selling very fast. So you are a new customer. So Wilhelmina is handling a new customer. You're gonna say, "Oh, why Wilhelmina? You are online. We are here to do business. We welcome everyone as long as you have this." Yes, my salary produce gold and diamond direct from the mines. So we have the production. So if you are a buyer today looking for supply, we will allocate your order. Everybody is fair. How many kilos? Our minimum order is 20. 20, 50 kilos. On diamond, you view on the diamond. On my link, you have to be patient if you are acting on behalf of your buyer. Don't trust. Don't come to Wilhelmina. Don't come to Wilhelmina if you don't read and understand. I can see the people sending me good or angry. Well, if you're angry to me, you're not a buyer. You're a joker. Someone sending me angry sign. If you're angry, well, it's too bad. You're not a buyer. You're a joker. Because I am not dealing with joker. This is $1 million you're buying. On 20 kilos. Okay? The price of gold today is 56,000. We give you 8% minus 56,000. That is already $51,000 times 20 kilos. That is $1 million. If you don't have this, I don't believe you're a buyer. You're just wasting your time. This is $1 million already. You're buying 20 kilos. Now, you're going to ask how the gold to be shipped. Okay. Now, my seller have his own shipping agent to handle delivery. In Sierra Leone, Eagle Logistic. In Conakry, my seller have an in-house shipping. My seller own the building, and my seller owns 7 companies. So that is why my seller would not deal with you unless I interview you. And also in Sierra Leone and Mali. I've been to Africa before lockdown. So I know the industry. That is why they hired me. This is my office. I'm the one who will receive your order, and I'm the one who will reject you. So don't be angry. If you're angry to me, you're not a buyer. Why are you going to be angry for? Why are you sending sign angry to me? You're a joker. Yeah, you are really a joker. You're floating around. Meaning to say you are online prostitute. You are prostituting yourself. Excuse my language. When I was in Africa, there's so many foreigners stranded looking for gold, and they couldn't find the gold. Why? The seller wouldn't deal with them. You're already on the ground. Why you cannot find the gold? So meaning to say you are not a buyer. You're a broker. You're asking for CIF. A real buyer will only stay in Africa 9 working days. Why? Before you travel, you're gonna have a contract. You will be receiving a contract. First of all, after you read, you will send a formal letter of intent. How many kilos? What purity? What carat? What the country destination? Attention to Wilhelmina, because I am going to review your letter of intent to purchase coming from you. So then I will advise my seller to proceed. So then you will receive a letter of acknowledgement confirmation of your order. Receive the company letterhead of my seller. Then we will send you the contract, because I am already gathering your information. I am asking you to show us your business registration. I am asking you your importation registration. I am asking you your passport copy. And I am asking you a proof of fund. your bank statement that you have available $1 million on 20 kilos, right? We are giving you 8%, it says here, on online. So if you are attentive, then I will believe you're a buyer. If you are not attentive, I don't believe you're a buyer, really, to be honest with you. I don't. So if you come on WhatsApp and Skype, I want you to introduce yourself. Do not say hi. My name is not hi. My name is Wilhelmina Ford. My name is very clear, right? When you come on Skype and when you come on WhatsApp and you're gonna say hi, I saw you on video on YouTube. You know my name already, so don't say me hi. Say there, Wilhelmina. This is so and so. I saw your video. I watched your online virtual office on Facebook. I am a buyer. I am securing gold from your seller. Can you help us to supply? Yes. Yes, we will. Because you introduce yourself. But if you don't introduce yourself and then you're going to say hi and then you're going to ask, teach me. There's so many brokers ask me, Madam, teach me. No, I'm not here to teach you. I am not an agency. I am not a Salvation Army. We are here to do business. We are here. We have the products. Mr. Buyer, we have the products. If you buy, you buy. If you don't, at least you learn. So now, Mr. Buyer, I'm already explaining to you very thoroughly. And it says here on the procedure, do not travel without Wilhelmina. And Wilhelmina, when I travel with you, yes, I do charge my extra service. I already given you free. I explain it thoroughly. That is free. Knowledge is powerful, isn't it? Knowledge is money. So you learn it from Wilhelmina. So does any broker explain to you like this? None whatsoever. Does any broker show their face? None whatsoever. They're only using the picture, meaning to say they're soliciting. Yeah, I'm not soliciting. I am here to tell the world that we have the supply. I am not chasing you, Mr. Buyer. You chase with the products because gold is money. Gold has many uses. So you are chasing. Well, Amina is here to help you. But when I travel with you, because I don't want you to be duped, then I do charge my extra service to accompany you. I do charge my airfare only. My hotel accommodation is spending money and food. That's all I'm going to charge you. That is why we give you 8%. However, when I'm with you in the office, I might ask my seller, give this buyer maybe 10 or 11. I am very, very kind. I am here to help you, Mr. Buyer, rather than dealing with so many joker broker. You rather deal with us, you will get direct to the point, you will get a very good deal. If it is this a long term or short term, you know, in business there is always room for negotiation. I am your negotiator. You don't need a broker. Broker doesn't know how to negotiate. Broker only knows how much is my commission. We don't pay double commission. We don't. My seller is working very hard, and my seller is paying my job. My seller paying my job to market it, and my seller authorized me to handle sales and marketing. Now you're gonna say, oh, well, Amina, why are you charging your extra? Of course. Do you mean to say I'm going to travel with my own expenses to accompany you? This is $1 million you're buying. Oh, come on, this is business. If you don't pay my extra service, that is fine. You can travel. I will prepare everything. I will monitor your movement. Okay? You come to the head office and I will instruct my driver to take good care of you and I will inform the head office. Yeah? But there's a big question mark, eh? If there is an issue, Wilhelmina is too far to sort it out. It's better you take with me, and if there is an issue, I would be there for you to talk to my seller. Because there was an incident. Last year, I had a buyer. And I bring the buyer in Conakry to my seller. And you know, African are very slow on processing the documentation. And the buyer was supposed to fly on the day. So the buyer was really, really nervous because his ticket must been booked already. He's scheduled to fly the day. So I said to my buyer, relax, I'm here with you. So I asked my driver to pick me up. And I went to the office. I swear, I said, fuck you all. Excuse my language. And I said to my seller, fix the issue. The issue is really very small. And I want you to fix it why the documentation has not been released on time. And I want you to extend the buyer's booking. And I want the head office to pay the extension of the ticket. And I want the seller to pay the extra hotel accommodation. Done. Solve the problem. What happened if I wasn't there? Of course, the buyer will say, oh, there's Wilhelmina's seller is a scam. No, my seller is not a scammer. Africans are very slow to process. That is why I am always advise the seller, make sure the time is very, very important. The government agency are also slow to process. So that is why you need this woman in front of you. Yes. What is my extra service is peanut. You're spending $1 million. And I don't ask your commission. I do charge my seller of my work. I only charge you my extra. If you cannot afford my extra, that is fine. You are not forced to pay extra. But if there is a question, or there is an issue, don't come back to Wilhelmina. There was a buyer. I'm not going to mention his name. He was with me, eh? He was with me in Sierra Leone before lockdown. And he's a fellow Australian with me. We traveled together. I do charge my services. He did pay. And he didn't tell me the truth. He didn't tell me that he doesn't have the money. He made a deposit. And he said to me, Wilhelmina, is it all right if I talk to your seller directly? I said, yeah, there's no problem with that. So not knowing, he go behind my back. It's okay. And he doesn't have the money. He's ashamed to tell me that he doesn't have the money. And he inspected the stone at the exporter's office. He likes it, and the gemologist of the government. So, Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me today, you want to buy diamond, listen very carefully. The diamond has to be inspected in the office of the exporter's office because you don't have the license to carry. So you make a down payment. So the down payment is to hold on. Now, your down payment is non-refundable, you must remember. So make sure you have the money. Because once you make a down payment and you're asking CIF, your deposit will be forfeited. It's not refundable. So I'm telling you right now. So now, what happened? He doesn't have the money to pay the total amount of the stone. So therefore, his down payment is forfeited. So whose fault is that? You as the buyer. Why you deceive yourself? Why you lie yourself? That's why I ask you, do you have really the money? I trust this gentleman. He didn't show his proof of fund, right? And he wanted to talk behind me and deal with the seller privately. He wanted the diamond to bring it to Dubai, and then he wanted the Dubai to cut the diamond, and then he pay my seller. It didn't work at all. So whose fault is that? You, Mr. Buyer. You're cheating yourself. Yes. That is why I'm sharing you here, Mr. Buyer. Maybe you have an intention to do so. Don't do that. because you will fail. Another buyer as well. He met me in Dubai before lockdown. He was talking to other seller buying gold in Sierra Leone. So he said, Madam, he went to my hotel on Holiday Inn because I'm on the way to Australia during lockdown. And I told him that make sure you have the money. And he showed me the contract with the seller. It's not my seller. He came to me for advice. And he said, Madam, I can only buy 5 kilos. Are you sure? Yes. Do you have money? Yes. So he arrived in Sierra Leone. I told him that I don't deal buyer without me. So he did arrive in Sierra Leone. When he arrived in Sierra Leone, there was a surprise. There was a surprise because the seller turned him down. He was asking CIF, and then he come back to me. Then I asked my seller to rescue him. He doesn't have the money. On 5 kilos, and then he bargained to 2 kilos. So Mr. Buyer, believe me, if you don't have money, you're gonna fail. I'm telling you. So no one is scamming you. You are scamming yourself. You are cheating yourself. So the seller is not cheating you because you were there, you see the products, but how are you able to pay? Because the Department of Mines would not issue the export documentation that you have paid the products, that you have paid the gold, and you have paid the diamond. So the Department of Mines will not certify the owner of the products. So who is cheating here? You do. You are cheating yourself. So and then you're gonna say scam, scam. You're one of the scammer. Because why my transaction in Conakry successful? Why? The buyer transferred the payment bank to bank, and it takes 3 working days. Maximum of 2 days, 5 days. And he got the gold, and the gold was carried by the armor car from the central bank to the airport and hand over to the buyer because he wanted to hand carry. It's only small. We give him 2 kilos, but now we no longer selling 2 kilos. There is a minimum. There is no point. You don't need to get a profit, and you wouldn't get any profit at all. To travel alone, it costs money. And this buyer from Asia, he paid my services, yes, yeah, but he get the gold. And also there was a gentleman viewing the diamond in the office, and he doesn't have the money, but his down payment was returned back to him because I was there. And he treated me like a mother. And the down payment was returned back to him because he doesn't have the full amount to pay in Conakry. You know, this buyer was surprised. This buyer was scammed in Angola 450,000. You know, my seller says, well, Amina, can you guarantee the buyer? I said, no, I wouldn't guarantee. The diamond has to be brought to Antwerp. I said, no, I'm not going to guarantee at all. He has to pay whatever he buy. So my seller said, okay, what we're gonna do? I think you return the payment, return the deposit. The deposit was returned to him intact because that buyer was with me. Now this buyer in Sierra Leone, he's a fellow Australian. He's really, really, really very bad. He doesn't want to talk to me. He screwed me. So what happened? He fell. But if I mention his name, he will be embarrassed. So that particular buyer is cheating himself. And I was talking to my seller. So what happened to the buyer? Oh, madam, he doesn't want to talk to you. He's not a buyer. He doesn't want to talk to us. And then he was been dealing with the other seller. And now we're gonna retrieve the stone because the stone was in the possession of the Ministry of Mines because the exporter, he brought the stone in order to wait for the final payment, and that buyer have no money, and the buyer asking the seller to bring the diamond in Dubai failed. So that deposit is forfeited according to my seller. So now, Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't screw yourself. Be fair. Make sure you have this. So now, that was the experience. I'm sharing you, Mr. Buyer. Now, there was another buyer. I just finished having a conference. I'm sharing you here so that you have an idea. No one is scamming you. You are one of the scammer. Why? Because you don't have the money. You lied. You deceived. You manipulate. So whose fault is that? You. And the seller would not return your deposit if you are not very careful. That is the reason why when you come to Wilhelmina, are you sure you have available fund? Are you sure you can afford to pay? Are you sure you can show me your bank statement? Because I am here with you. Mr. Buyer, I am here with you so that when we arrive on the destination, everything is on spot on. Yes. I just rejected the buyer from New York. He is talking too much. I said, direct to the point. Reject. All of this buyer that I have today, they're all joker. They talk so many stories. Don't talk too many stories. You already saw the full corporate offer. So what else you need? Just show me your business registration. Because we will attach that on the contract. That is why I'm here with you, Mr. Buyer. Yeah, I am here with you. So then you're gonna say scam is scam. You're one of the scammer. Don't you know the meaning of scam? On the old version means you deceive yourself, you lie yourself, you manipulate both buyers and seller. So don't do that, Mr. Buyer. Don't. If I'm with you next time, I want you to be honest to yourself. I want you to show me the proof of fund, the $12 million. Don't bother to talk to Wilhelmina if you don't have $1 million or half a million dollars. Don't bother. What a waste of time. That's why I'm here, live, explaining, so that when you come to Wilhelmina, you know what you're talking. You know what is your intention. Then let's do the contract. Yeah. Yeah. Just send me a formal letter of intent. You're going to see who is your seller. I will tell you who is your seller. You introduce yourself first. Just like when you apply for a job, Mr. Buyer. Okay? You will send your resume, who you are. And then the boss will interview you, Mr. So-and-so, what you can offer to my company. Or what you can offer to us. Of course, you want to buy. Of course, you want to show your proof of fund bank statement, right? That's you can afford to pay. And if you're asking CIF to me, you cannot afford. You're a poor guy. Yeah. Cost insurance and freight only you can afford. And then you ask my seller to pay the cost insurance to me, you're a poor guy. Yeah. Don't be a poor because this gold is money. Yeah. Every time I have a conversation with the buyer offline, I send it to my seller. My seller said, thank you, Mrs. Ford. You are so brave to tell the buyer. Tell the world that we are not a scammer. Tell the world we are not bigger. Yeah. Why so many buyers has been scammed? There's a reason why you have been scammed, Mr. Buyer. Number one, you have been offered a very cheap price. That is gross. When you arrive on the destination, there's a lot of surprises. What happened? You're a foreigner. Then you're going to be surprised. Now, Mr. Buyer, our selling price is not surprise, it's spot price. I've given you here 8%. You don't need to pay taxes. You don't need to pay asset cost. We will cover that. I'm going to ask my seller. Test the gold, just make a down payment. Inspect the gold in the office. Bring your gold tester if you want. Make a down payment, you will be given a receipt of your partial down payment. Then the gold will be bring to the local refinery. Then once after you make a partial down payment, automatically you inform your bank that you are going to transfer the money to seller's bank account. Very simple. Really, very simple. It is really very hard to do so if you don't have the money. Very hard. Wilhelmina is not a babysitter here. I am here to guide you. If you cannot afford to pay my extra service, that is fine. You are not forcing. Yeah, you can travel. I will arrange everything. I will monitor your movement. If there is an issue, don't come back to Wilhelmina because I already told you that you need Wilhelmina to be with you so that I could sort it out, whatever the issue. But don't go behind my back. Don't screw me. I was being screwed several times, yeah, but I've forgiven you guys. It's your fault. So thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening. The time here is 10:58 in the morning. Today is Saturday. My online office is open 7 days a week. You watch the video. If you want to talk to Wilhelmina, come on Skype, come on WhatsApp. Be professional, be real. If you're a real buyer, because we are real. That's why you saw Wilhelmina. Yeah, this is my office. Wilhelmina is not going to scam you. I was being blocked before because Joker broker, I rejected him. And he blocked me, and someone copied my picture on my Facebook. This is the gentleman. I'll show you. I was being attacked May 23rd. This lady, this lady from South Africa, she attacked me on my page that my seller is fake and me. If I'm fake, you saw me on live video. This lady is fake. Why? I go on his profile on Facebook and on LinkedIn. He has no vital information. So a person that you are online, okay, you are selling, you connect. Why you are online is to connect real people, to connect buyers. And if you are selling, you need to be transparent. You need to put what you are selling. But this lady, when I look at her profile, his name is Wika. Yeah, this is her name. And also this gentleman. They copied my picture on my Facebook. And they put a lot of nasty. This is the picture. They copied and they put nasty. If you saw the picture, the lady wearing yellow, that is original. But these thugs, they copied my picture and they blocked me. I really don't care. I really don't care if you blog me. Good luck, guys. The more you blog me, the more the buyer would be interested. Why Wilhelmina was being blogged? Why? Then I can answer live. Yeah? There was a guy, he's from Germany. He said, Wilhelmina, someone put nasty picture. I said, yeah, I know. I was being attacked. Yeah. So according to this lady, she said, Wilhelmina, I will make you famous. No, I will make her famous. Okay, this is the lady. She attacked me and she said she's a seller. She's a broker. Yeah, I asked my seller in Conakry to find her. She doesn't have an office. She lives in Johannesburg. Yeah. Because if you're a broker, you should show your profile. Me, you can see Wilhelmina. This is my online office. You see Wilhelmina, right? You go on LinkedIn, type this one. She doesn't have any vital information. If you're a seller, if you're acting on behalf of your seller, you should show your face. Most of the broker doesn't show their face. Yeah, they're scared. Why are you gonna be scared for? Me, I'm not scared because my seller authorized me. I have an appointment sealed that the seller authorized Wilhelmina to handle to receive the order. Very simple. I think I already explained it to you, Mr. Buyer. And this video would be linked into YouTube. Okay? You type gold and diamond, my video pop up into your screen. No such broker putting her or his face online. None whatsoever at all. You see my background? This is my online office. I am the extension digital office of the seller. Then you're gonna say, well, Amina, can you show me your letter of appointment? My letter of appointment is confidential between the seller and the buyer. Between me and the seller, my appointment is confidential. I'm not going to show you. I will only attach on the contract because I'm going to countersign on the contract that you are really real buyer, But beforehand, I will not release my letter of appointment. I will not release my seller's mining license. I will not release my seller's export license. You have to follow the procedure. I will attach on the contract. Okay? The seller will send the contract and he will sign it and attach on the contract your business registration, your importation license, your passport copy, and my seller passport copy, and the banking details. Does that make sense? I think I already explained it to you thoroughly. No one will scam you here. You will be scam if you don't have the money. You will be scam if the seller will reject you. Yes, because you don't have the money to pay. That is not a scam. You are deceiving yourself. Why are you gonna say you have the money? And that is the reason why before we issue the landing visa, you meet this woman first. And when you arrive in Africa, you only stay 9 working days, nothing else, because everything is prepared. Thank you very much, Mr. Buyer. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Now, my online office, I will exit because someone is buzzing me on my WhatsApp. See, I can see the messages on my WhatsApp. So if you want to talk to me offline, I would be available until midnight. The time here now is 11:05 in the evening. Today is Saturday. Have a nice evening, or have a nice morning in your end, or have a nice afternoon. Take good care of yourself. Do not get coronavirus. Okay? Thank you, and God bless you.